Well, I just got finished recording another interesting one on Sparkling Rain. That's our Chaga Moisturizer and Healing Legends, which is our skin repair cream. And it's the how they are similar and yet different at the same time at moisturizing, hydrating, disinfecting, repairing the skin. Just a little side note, I'm so glad that technology has come the way it has, because this is a third time me recording this interaction, and I get so tongue twisted, it's not even funny. So the AI voices not only pronounce the words accurately and clearly, but they also don't stutter and things. It makes your listening experience a lot more enjoyable. So just wanted to give you a little backstory on Sparkling Rain. Was the second one that I formulated for myself, because originally chaining up in the northern mud, which is not mud, it's more like clay, just sucks the moisture right out of your skin. And and I don't like that. I can't even stand my fingers touching when I get dry hands. So but I couldn't find a cream that didn't feel like I was wearing a plastic bag on my hands and prevent me from working, right? So I put the cream on, but then I would get all this dirty and crap stuck to my hands, or I put it in a glove, and then I'd be wearing in the glove. So along the same vein, I go and I visit a lot of outhouses and a lot of dirtier locations and touching a lot of dirty surfaces and things like that. So I thought, hey, a bonus would be just to help disinfect my hand while hydrating and moisturizing. So since then, Sparkling Rain has been through independent lab testing that proved now on its high antibacterial, high antifungal, and high antioxidant attributes, which can be found on CANhaveTODAY.ca. So I go through all that in this podcast, practical applications of that, but then I also contrast it with Soothing Juggernaut, and Soothing Juggernaut's skin repair and healing attributes with Myrrh and Frankincense and Bergamot in all like the soybean, lavender, chamomile base ingredients. So it's a very phenomenal and interesting episode, and I hope that you enjoy, and I'll talk to you another time. See? This is Healing Legends, not Soothing Juggernaut. So I'm gonna leave everything in there, and you enjoy the show, and I'll talk to you another time.
Hey everyone, welcome to another deep dive. Today we're going to be looking at Sparkling Rain. We're going to really try to understand the science behind it, and especially how all the different ingredients work together.
Yes, it's really fascinating how they all come together.
And, we know that not everyone's a biologist, especially if you're working, a hands-on job. You're not really thinking about all the biology. But we're going to try to make this as clear and simple as we can. We've got some great resources to help us with that today, some scientific studies and also some info from the CANhaveTODAY website.
It's a really great resource.
So yeah, let's jump right in.
Sounds good. So first off, let's talk about this word synergy. You might have heard it before, but what does it really mean?
Yeah, synergy. It does sound a little complicated.
It's not really. Synergy basically means that the ingredients in Sparkling Rain work together, like a team.
Okay, I like it.
Each ingredient has its own strengths. But the real magic comes from how they combine forces.
So they're more effective together than they would be on their own.
Exactly. And that's a big part of what makes Sparkling Rain so unique. It's not just about individual ingredients. It's about the way they interact and boost each other's effects.
Okay, so it's like a team effort. Each player has a role and they work together to win the game.
That's a great analogy.
So who are the star players on the Sparkling Rain team?
Well, one of the key ingredients is chaga mushroom.
Chaga mushroom. I've heard of that.
It's pretty amazing stuff. It grows on birch trees.
Oh, wow.
And it's been used in traditional medicine for centuries.
So it's a natural remedy.
Yep. And there's science to back up its reputation, too. We found the study called Analysis of Aqueous Extract of Inonotus obliquus.
Okay.
It's a bit technical, but the main takeaway is that chaga is really effective against harmful bacteria, especially one called Pseudomonas aeruginosa.
Pseudomonas aeruginosa, that's a mouthful.
It is. It's a type of bacteria that can cause skin infections.
Oh, no.
And it thrives in damp environments.
So if you have any cuts or scrapes.
Exactly. You're more susceptible to those infections.
And, with the kind of work a lot of our listeners do, cuts and scrapes are pretty common. So having that extra protection from chaga could be a real game changer.
Absolutely. It's like having a shield against those nasty bacteria.
Okay, so chaga is our protector. What else is in this powerful formula?
Well, another key player is grapefruit oil.
Oh, I love the smell of grapefruit.
It's so refreshing, right? And it's not just about the scent. Grapefruit oil also has antibacterial and antifungal properties.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Whoa.
It's a real multitasker. There's actually a study on this called Citrus Bergamot Essential Oil from basic research to clinical application. It really goes into detail about how grapefruit oil fights off those microscopic invaders.
So it's not just a nice fragrance. It's actually helping to keep our skin healthy.
Exactly. And this is where the synergy comes in.
Okay.
Grapefruit oil and chaga, they work together to create a powerful defense against those common skin problems. You know, the ones you're more likely to get with a hands-on job?
So it's like they're both fighting for the same team.
Exactly.
Tag teaming those bacteria and fungi.
Yeah, you got it.
They cover each other's weaknesses and make each other stronger.
That's a great way to think about it.
So we've got the chaga mushroom and the grapefruit oil. That's already a pretty impressive team.
It is, but there's even more to this formula.
Really? What other ingredients are in Sparkling Rain?
Sparkling Rain has a whole supporting cast of ingredients that also make a big difference.
Oh, yeah. Like what?
Well, for instance, there's aloe vera.
Aloe vera.
You know, aloe vera.
Yeah, like for sunburn.
Exactly. It's really soothing, so it helps calm down any irritation or redness.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So it's not just about fighting bacteria, it's also about taking care of your skin.
Right. It's a total skincare solution. And then we have mango butter. Have you ever used mango butter?
I don't think so.
It's super moisturizing.
Oh,
It really helps to hydrate your skin, especially if you're dealing with dryness from the weather or from work.
yeah, my hands get so dry in the winter, it's like they're going to crack.
I know what you mean. Mango butter can really help with that. It creates a protective barrier and locks in moisture.
That sounds amazing.
And we also have olive oil and almond oil in the formula.
Olive oil, like the stuff I cook with.
The very same. They're both great for your skin.
Huh. I never thought about that.
They have moisturizing and antifungal properties.
So they're kind of like a double whammy.
Exactly. They help to keep your skin healthy and hydrated.
So we've got all these amazing ingredients working together. But how do we know it really works?
Well, that's where the science comes in. Sparkling Rain has been rigorously tested in a lab.
Oh, wow. So they did actual experiments.
Yep. They wanted to make sure it was truly effective.
So what did the tests show?
They found that Sparkling Rain is highly effective against a wide range of bacteria and fungi.
That's impressive.
There are actually two studies we can look at. One is called the Combined Bacterial Study,
Okay.
and the other is called the Combined Fungal Study.
Combined fungal study.
These studies really demonstrate the power of Sparkling Rain.
So this isn't just marketing hype. This is real science.
Exactly. And you know what's really interesting? The study showed that the combination of ingredients is what makes Sparkling Rain so effective.
So it's all about the synergy we talked about earlier.
Exactly. It's not just one ingredient doing all the work. It's the team effort that makes the real difference.
So you're saying you couldn't just use one of these ingredients on its own and expect the same results?
That's right. The unique blend of ingredients in Sparkling Rain is what gives it its power.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So if someone wants to learn more about Sparkling Rain, where should they go?
I would definitely recommend checking out the CANhaveTODAY website.
Okay.
It's a great resource for all things skincare, and they have these really helpful funnels.
Funnels.
Yeah, they're like little quizzes that help you figure out which products are right for you.
Well, that's cool. So you don't have to spend hours reading through all the different options.
Exactly. It makes it super easy to find what you need.
And they also have a product application guide right on the front page.
It shows you step by step how to use Sparkling Rain for the best results.
So it's like having a skincare expert in your pocket.
Exactly.
And they also have a lot of information about common skin conditions.
Like hot tub folliculitis.
Hot tub folliculitis. What's that?
It's a type of skin infection you can get from hot tubs.
Oh, yeah.
And green nail syndrome.
Never heard of that one.
That's a fungal infection that affects your nails.
Okay, so they really cover everything.
They try to be as comprehensive as possible.
And I see they also have testimonials from real people who have used sparkling rain.
Yeah, those are always really helpful. Like Faye's story, she
Ah.
struggled with dry, cracked skin for years.
Oh, no.
But then she started using sparkling rain, and it completely transformed her skin.
Wow, that's amazing.
It's proof that this stuff really works.
So sparkling rain is not just a product. It's a solution for people who want to take care of their skin.
That's a great way to put it.
Okay, so we've talked about the science and the ingredients.
Yeah.
But what about the experience? How does sparkling rain actually feel on your skin?
That's a really good question. Because nobody wants to be walking around with, greasy or sticky hands all day, especially if you're working with your hands.
Right.
And one of the things that makes sparkling rain so great is that it absorbs really quickly.
Oh, nice.
So it doesn't leave that heavy, greasy feeling.
So you're saying I can put it on
Yeah,
and get straight back to work without feeling like I've got gunk all over my hands.
exactly. It's designed to protect and moisturize, but without compromising your grip or leaving any residue.
That's perfect for anyone who works with their hands.
Yeah,
Because you don't want to have to choose between healthy skin and being able to actually do your job.
right, exactly.
And speaking of supporting people who work with their hands, I think it's really cool that Sparkling Rain is Canadian made and owned,
Oh, absolutely. It's great to support local businesses.
for sure. We've talked a lot about the science behind Sparkling Rain and all the different ingredients, but why do you think it's so important for people to understand the why?
That's a good question. I think when you understand the science behind something, you're more likely to trust it and to actually use it regularly.
Right, so it's not just about blindly following instructions. It's about making an informed choice for your own health.
Exactly. It's about taking control of your skincare routine and choosing products that you know are going to work for you.
Picture this. You just finished a long day at work. Your hands are rough, maybe even cracked from working with tools or being outside in the elements. You know how it goes.
Yeah, I can definitely relate to that.
Wouldn't it be awesome if there was a way to soothe and protect your skin naturally? What really caught my eye was this combined fungal study on Sparkling Rain.
Oh, yeah, that one's really interesting.
So what did they find out?
Well, they found that sparkling rain is really effective against some common fungi, particularly Candida albicans, which is a major cause of yeast infections.
Those can be so annoying.
They really can be.
And how does Sparkling Rain compare to other treatments?
What's remarkable is that it's actually comparable in effectiveness to clotrimazole, which is a common antifungal medication.
Wow, so it's just as effective as medication.
Pretty much. But sparkling rain uses the power of natural ingredients to get those results.
That's super impressive.
It's all about the teamwork. The study emphasizes this idea of synergy where you have multiple ingredients working together.
So it's more than just the sum of its parts.
Exactly. And one of the key players they mention is chaga mushroom extract.
Chaga mushrooms. Interesting. I've heard of those, but I never would have thought about them being in skincare products.
They're actually pretty amazing. They have powerful antioxidant and antibacterial properties.
That makes sense. So the chaga mushrooms are kind of like the first line of defense.
You could say that, but there's more to it than just the chaga.
Okay, so what else is in this Sparkling Rain concoction? What else helps it fight off microbes?
Well, another big one is grapefruit oil, which is well known for its antifungal properties.
Grapefruit oil, huh? I could see how that would work.
Yeah, and there's research showing it can fight specific bacteria like Pseudomonas or aeruginosa.
Pseudomonas aeruginosa, that rings a bell.
Think about things like hot tubs or communal showers, those warm, moist environments.
Oh yeah, they can get pretty nasty.
Well, those environments are breeding grounds for bacteria like Pseudomonas aeruginosa and that itchy, bumpy rash you can get after being in a hot tub.
Oh yeah, hot tub folliculitis. I remember reading about that in one of the studies, the combined bacterial study. And didn't that study also say that Sparkling Rain is effective against this bacteria?
That's right. So sparkling rain could be your secret weapon against those hot tub rashes.
Now that's good to know. I don't think I'll ever look at a hot tub the same way again.
Well, maybe not, but at least you'll be prepared.
True. But I also remember that study mentioning something called green nail syndrome. What is that all about?
It sounds weird, but it's actually caused by the same bacteria as Pseudomonas aeruginosa.
No way.
Yeah, so that greenish discoloration you sometimes see on nails, it's from pigments produced by this bacteria.
So Sparkling Rain could potentially prevent green nail syndrome as well.
You got it. By combating the bacteria, it can keep your nails looking healthy and clear.
Wow. So Sparkling Rain is shaping up to be a real defender against all sorts of unwanted stuff. fungi bacteria, even green nails. But, my elbows and heels always seem to get dry and rough,
Yeah.
especially after a long day at work.
Yeah, a lot of people struggle with that.
So what about Healing Legends? Where does this salve come into play?
That's a great question. Healing Legends is formulated to tackle fungal infections and inflammation, and it features another powerful ingredient, Frankincense Essential Oil.
Frankincense. I've definitely heard of that before. But what does it actually do for your skin?
Well, there's a study you sent called Biological Activities of Frankincense Essential Oil in Human Dermal Fibroblasts. Now, I know that title sounds a little intimidating, but basically they looked at how frankincense affects skin cells.
Okay, so it's all about how frankincense interacts with the skin.
Exactly. And what they found is that frankincense can reduce something called collagen third.
Collagen third. Okay, I'm not sure what that is.
Well, basically what it means is that when you're healing from cuts or scrapes, you'll have less scarring.
Less scarring. Sign me up. I'm always getting nicks and cuts working with my hands.
I hear you. And it gets even better. Frankincense is also anti-proliferative.
Anti-proliferative. I'm not familiar with that term either.
It basically means that it helps control how quickly skin cells grow,
Oh, okay, I see.
which is a good thing when it comes to healing. It prevents those cells from going overboard and forming thick, uneven stars.
So it helps your skin heal smoothly and evenly. That's a big deal for people who are prone to bumps and bruises on the job.
Exactly. It's like having a built-in protector for your skin.
I love it. And is there anything else frankincense can do?
Well, on top of all that, frankincense has a long history of use in traditional medicine for treating inflammation.
Oh, really? So it's been used for centuries.
That's right. And the Seeing Unseen Frankincense and Myrrh study you sent over actually confirms this. It talks about how frankincense can block certain pathways in the body that trigger inflammation.
So it's not just helping your skin heal, it's actually reducing the swelling and discomfort that comes with those injuries.
Pretty impressive for something that comes from nature, right?
It really is. Nature's pretty amazing when you think about it.
It really is. And this is where it gets even more interesting.
Wait, there's more.
Remember that concept of synergy we talked about with sparkling rain?
The teamwork.
Exactly. Well, it applies to Healing Legends, too. That same study on frankincense and myrrh points out how these two have been used together for centuries, and their combined effects are often greater than the sum of their parts.
It's like a dynamic duo.
Exactly. They work together to create something even more powerful. And I think you're starting to see a pattern here with these CANhaveTODAY products. It's not just about individual ingredients, it's about how they all work together.
It's like a whole ecosystem of ingredients all supporting each other.
You got it.
Yeah.
That synergy is a key part of their approach, and it really sets them apart from other skincare products on the market.
This is all fascinating stuff, but before we move on, there's one more ingredient. I'm curious about bergamot oil. The study you sent, Citrus Bergamia Essential Oil, from basic research to clinical application, mentioned some pretty interesting properties.
Bergamot oil. It's a fascinating one. It's been shown to have what we call anxiolytic effects.
Anxiolytic? I'm not sure I follow.
In simple terms, it means that bergamot oil might help reduce anxiety.
Oh, wow. So it's good for the mind as well as the skin.
You could say that. Imagine using sparkling rain after a long, stressful day at work.
I can definitely see that being a great way to unwind.
Not only would it be soothing for your skin, but it could also help calm your mind.
Now that's what I call a 2-for-1. Who wouldn't want a little stress relief after a tough shift?
Exactly. And remember, this is all happening within the context of that synergy we keep talking about. The bergamot oil is working in harmony with the other ingredients in sparkling rain to create a truly unique and effective product.
It's like an orchestra of ingredients all playing together to create a beautiful symphony of skin health.
I like that analogy. It really captures the essence of what CANhaveTODAY is all about.
So we've covered sparkling rain, Healing Legends, and a whole host of fascinating ingredients. But let's not forget that these products are made right here in Canada.
Absolutely. CANhaveTODAY is a proud Canadian company.
That's awesome. Supporting local businesses while taking care of our skin is a win-win in my book. But I feel like we've only scratched the surface here. There's so much more to explore when it comes to these products and how they can help people who work with their hands.
You're right. We've focused on the science behind some of the key ingredients, but now let's get practical.
Exactly. Let's talk about how sparkling rain and Healing Legends can actually be used to address the specific challenges faced by those of us who rely on our hands day in and day out.
I mean, just think about all the different jobs where people really rely on their hands. Construction workers, mechanics, electricians, plumbers, farmers, the list goes on and on.
It's so true. And their skin goes through a lot, exposure to harsh weather chemicals, rough materials. No wonder their hands are often dry, cracked, and prone to those infections we talked about.
Exactly, and that's where CANhaveTODAY's products can really make a difference. We already talked about Sparkling Rain's power against fungi and bacteria like Pseudomonas aeruginosa.
Yeah, those chaga mushrooms are like little warriors protecting your skin.
Right. But it's not just about fighting off the bad stuff. Sparkling Rain is also incredibly hydrating thanks to ingredients like aloe vera, shea butter, and olive oil.
Aloe vera. That's a classic remedy for sunburn relief. It makes perfect sense that it would be great for dry, cracked skin, too.
Absolutely. And shea butter is another powerhouse when it comes to hydration. It's full of fatty acids and vitamins that nourish and protect the skin.
So Sparkling Rain helps prevent infections and keeps the skin hydrated. It's like a double whammy. But what about those really tough spots like my elbows and heels? They always seem to get so rough.
That's where Healing Legends comes in. Remember how we talked about frankincense reducing scarring and controlling skin cell growth?
Oh, right. And its anti-inflammatory properties. It's like a
Yeah.
little tube of natural healing power.
Exactly. Think about those rough, dry elbows and cracked heels that are so common, especially for people who work with their hands.
Don't forget about those stubborn calluses. Those things never seem to go away.
Healing Legends can help soften and soothe those problem areas. It promotes healing and reduces inflammation, so it can really make a difference.
Okay, so we've got Sparkling Rain for everyday prevention and hydration, and Healing Legends for targeted treatment of those rough spots. It's like a 1-2 punch for healthy skin.
I like that analogy. And let's not forget that special synergy we talked about. All those ingredients working together to create something truly unique and effective.
Right. It's not just about individual ingredients. It's about the way they interact and complement each other. That's what I'm really starting to appreciate about CANhaveTODAY's approach.
I couldn't agree more. But while Sparkling Rain and Healing Legends can be incredibly helpful for those who work with their hands, they're not just for blue-collar workers.
That's a good point. Anyone who struggles with dry, cracked skin or is looking for natural and effective skincare solutions can benefit from these products.
Exactly. Whether you're a construction worker building a skyscraper or a gardener tending to your roses, CANhaveTODAY has something for you.
And remember, these products are Canadian-made and owned. Supporting local businesses while taking care of our skin is always a good thing.
Absolutely. Now, we've talked a lot about the benefits of these products, but some listeners might be wondering, where's the proof? How do we know these claims are actually backed by science?
You read my mind. We've mentioned a few studies, but let's dig a little deeper into the evidence.
Sure thing. First up, let's revisit Sparkling Rain. Remember those combined fungal study and combined bacterial study we mentioned earlier? Well, those studies were actually conducted by CANhaveTODAY themselves.
Oh, really? The company actually invested in scientific research to back up their claims.
They did. And that's not all. They've also conducted numerous other studies on Sparkling Rain, all with the goal of understanding its effectiveness and safety.
That's impressive. A lot of skincare companies just rely on marketing hype. But CANhaveTODAY is actually putting in the scientific legwork.
And that commitment to research is something that really sets them apart. They're not just making products, they're investing in understanding how those products work and how they can truly benefit people.
So for those of you who are skeptical, rest assured that CANhaveTODAY is not just throwing around fancy words and making empty promises. They've got the science to back it up.
And that's something you can feel good about. Using products that are both effective and supported by research. But, there's one more important point we need to address.
Okay, what's that?
We've talked a lot about how Sparkling Rain and Healing Legends can help to soothe and protect your skin. But true skin health goes beyond just topical products.
You're right. It's about taking a holistic approach.
Exactly. What you put into your body is just as important as what you put on it.
So diet, exercise, hydration, all that good stuff.
Absolutely. Eating a healthy diet rich in fruits, vegetables, and healthy fats can do wonders for your skin.
And staying hydrated is super important, especially for those of us who work up a sweat on the job.
Right. And let's not forget about stress management. Stress can really take a toll on your skin. So finding healthy ways to manage stress, like exercise, meditation, or spending time in nature, can make a big difference.
Okay, so we've got our skincare routines sorted with Sparkling Rain and Healing Legends, and we're taking care of ourselves from the inside out with a healthy lifestyle. What else is there?
Well, after learning all this, I'm definitely ready to try out these products and give my skin some extra love, Especially after hearing that they're backed by actual scientific research. That's not something you see every day.
You're right. It's refreshing to see a company that's taking that extra step to really understand how their products work.
But everyone's skin is different, right? How do you know if these products are the right fit for you?
That's a great question. Sparkling Rain and Healing Legends are designed to be gentle and effective for a lot of different skin types, but there's no magic bullet when it comes to skincare.
So what should people do? Just try it out and see what happens.
Well, experimenting is definitely part of it, but it's
Sure.
always a good idea to talk to a professional if you have any specific concerns.
Like a dermatologist.
Exactly. A dermatologist or a skincare specialist can help you figure out the best approach for your individual needs. That makes a lot of sense. They can actually see your skin and recommend products that are tailored to you.
It's like having a personalized skincare plan.
I like that. So we've talked about the science behind CANhaveTODAY's Sparkling Rain and Healing Legends. We've explored how they can help people who work with their hands, and we've emphasized the importance of a holistic approach to skin health. What's the main thing you want listeners to take away from this deep dive?
Be proactive about your skin health. Don't wait until you have a problem to start taking care of your skin.
That's a great reminder. It's so much easier to prevent problems than to try and fix them later on.
Exactly. And remember, it's not just about putting on lotion. True skin health is a combination of factors: what you put on your skin, what you put in your body, and how you manage stress.
It's all connected.
It really is. So be kind to your skin, listen to your body, and don't underestimate the power of simple things like staying hydrated and managing stress.
Great advice. But before we wrap up, I have one more question. Where can listeners go to learn more about natural skincare?
Well, CANhaveTODAY's website is a fantastic resource. They have a ton of information about their products, the ingredients they use, and the science behind their formulations.
I was browsing their website earlier, and I was really impressed by how transparent they are. They list out every single ingredient and even link to research studies.
It's great to see that level of transparency. And don't forget, they're a Canadian company, so you're supporting local businesses when you buy their products.
Supporting local and taking care of our skin, what's not to love?
I agree. But remember, the world of skincare is huge and it's always changing. So stay curious, keep learning, and don't be afraid to ask questions.
Well said. This has been such a fascinating deep dive. I feel like I've learned so much about how to take better care of my skin, especially as someone who's always working with my hands.
It's been great exploring all of this with you. And remember, healthy skin is possible for everyone.
So true. To all our listeners out there, we hope you enjoyed this deep dive into the world of natural skincare. Until next time, stay curious and keep taking care of your amazing skin.